I was trying to yell. I was like yelling at the screen. I was like, guys, I'm here.
Oh,
glad you
We
can
live
fucking
right
make
now?
it, dude. No, we're
Yeah,
not live
we
yet.
live.
No, we're not live yet. It's private.
oh.
No.
Delaney said like 4 times, bro.
Are y'all ready to
I see
go live?
live.
Hey, send the link. Send the link, and then let us post the link, and then we'll go live. Because we gotta wait a second, right?
I have to make it live, so then it creates a link to
Well,
that.
let's do that then. Let's hit it.
All right. Hey, once you create the link too, Mitch, just drop it in the chat, and then we can just
Yeah,
you
I
can
got you.
grab it, and do all the fun stuff.
Hey, have y'all seen this new show? People are talking about Eye Lady.
Mm-mm.
Eye Lady's nuts on your head.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that dumb shit.
Wow.
Ever since Jack, dude, I can't let it happen again. Is Jack in here?
No.
I knew that was coming, JP. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Right on the chat, eh?
I tell you, Taylor, big. I know it felt good. That first.
Dog. We'll talk about it when we get on.
Yeah,
but
I know.
legit.
I was actually fired up for you.
Let me go put this actually busting hat on real quick.
Y'all are live.
We're live?
Yeah.
Taylor just goes, let me go put this busting hat on real quick. Hey, but for everybody tuning in, thanks for joining the boys. Busting with the boys. We're doing a little reaction show championship weekend. I got the mule, Delanie Walker. He's here. Tara Lewan, he's here. Couple massive games. If you are joining us right now, make sure to leave comments, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. But we can let's kick off. Of the NFC Championship banner is up, boys. To me, it's like Detroit just shit down their leg, because you got to be in there at halftime being like looking at the fellows like, hey, we're about to go to Vegas. Who wants to Taylor, what was your gut reaction when you started to see that comeback?
The comeback, dude, well, I mean, you go into it and it's what, 24-7 at half, and you're thinking, I'm thinking the same thing, like the Lions are really about to fucking do this thing. It's really about to go down. And you know those boys were sitting there, Graham Glasgow, all those boys were like, hey, where do you think we're going to stay in Vegas? Hey, what do you think our off nights are going to be? What's the hey, coach, what time are you going to let us get bed?
Hey, this flight home.
I know, bro, because like, you know how it is, dude. Like it's a weird thing because you're rooting for the Lions, but also we got so many boys in the Niners. You're like, you want the Niners to win, but I mean, they just truly, it was a shit down their leg situation, bro. It was so bad, and we talked about this on Slips and Picks, and Bussin', like Dan Campbell put them in a bad position. They shouldn't have gone for it in 4th and 3 on the 29-yard line. They should have kicked the fucking field goal.
Hey, but analytics. Analytics.
I listen. We don't want to curse. There's kids probably on the show. There's kids probably watching right now. But dog, what are you not kicking that for? That's crazy. We'd be in overtime right now, going like, this is nuts.
Delanie, how you think Reynolds was feeling after dropping that 4th and 2 ball? Because it was a big drop.
That was a big drop. That changed the game, the momentum of the game, because then that led to the defense even making a bigger mistake with the ball bouncing off dude's head, landed into Brandon's hands, like putting them right in. It was just like destiny. I don't even know. But it's funny because you think about it. The Lions played so strong in the first half. Then go into the locker room and change their defensive plan. They went to man. They changed their defense to when Debo and all them was on the field. They'll go man. Instead of in the beginning of the half, you would watch. They didn't never change their defense. They just went on down in distance, and they played strong when they did that. They went inside you, like you said. They got too confident. They start thinking, "We got this game. We up. These dudes are down. They're not gonna be able to finish. We're gonna take over the game." And that gets in your head. That's getting in the coach's head too. They making changes. They starting to play soft. Then they get out there and start blowing. They just start shooting themselves in the foot. It was crazy. I just couldn't believe it. But at the end of the day, I was cheering for the 49ers. I knew the 49ers was going to win.
We know you were cheering for the 49ers.
Like I told you, I said the 49ers going to win this game, but it's going to be close. I just knew it was going to be close. I didn't know it was going to be like it was in the first
There's
half.
no shot in hell you thought the Niners were going to come back from that 24 down 24.
I didn't think they was going to come back, but I just knew we didn't see George. He didn't get a pass yet. Debo just what he was playing, but he wasn't playing his best. Christian McCaffrey didn't even get in the end zone yet. So I knew it was coming. It was all coming. It was just build up. They started off really slow. Just being at home in San Fran, getting that crowd, you kind of almost feel like, you know what I'm saying, y'all got in there. You got in there and they thought they was the big dogs, and then the little dog just punched them in the face early. You know, they didn't have to gather themselves like, yo, we do this every time. They came back out there and they handled business. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, chat CMC, you later, dude. Chat says now everyone's a 49ers fan. CMC, listen, brother, I love that you're in the chat. I love you watching the live right now. But Delanie literally played for 47 years for the 49ers. Like, let's not forget that. Don't forget that, chat.
Wait. Who's in the chat?
This guy named CMC, you later. It's definitely not Christian McCaffrey.
Wait. You're gonna mess me up. Like, I know he's a boy, but I ain't know what's going on.
I'm literally in my TV right now. They're literally doing the championship ceremony after they're giving away the trophy, and CMC just on his phone in the chat.
You lying, Delanie. You ain't lying.
Oh, everyone want to be a fan now. Everyone's like, hey, Christian, just enjoy the moment, bro.
Yeah.
Watch the show. Have you watched the show? I literally said the 49ers are going to win, but for the show's sake and getting units, I'm going to pick the Lions to cover, and that's what happened.
I don't know.
Y'all were right, and I think Taylor
going to say after this.
You went 2-0, yeah.
In the buy or sell, yeah, but I went 0 for in the pump or dump. I know people are going to talk about units. I don't know if I'll have a winning record or not winning record after some picks, but I made some units on that Chiefs money line.
Bro.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, before
I
we
know
go to the Chiefs, I do want to ask, like, Delanie, I know the Niners won. As a ex-Niner yourself, like, we'll get into the Chiefs in a second, but do you think the Niners have, like, to me, they haven't put together 4 good quarters, and it's like, man, are they actually the best product to face Kansas City and Vegas over the Lions, who seem to come out humming? They just slowed it down in the second half.
I feel like the Lions may have had a better opportunity to beat the Chiefs. Honestly, just what I saw today, but it's just tough going against a team like the 49ers. They're so stacked. And then Brock is just, he calm. He never shows like he's scared. He's not shaking. He just sit there. He calm. He always had that same face. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. I just feel like it's gonna really be hard for 49ers to go in there to beat Kansas City.
Bro, are you saying the Lions would have had a better chance to beat the Chiefs?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, you must be smoking some sort of something in Portland right now, brother.
No,
I know everything's decriminalized in Portland, but my God, what a terrible take, dude. The 49ers, top to bottom, are the best team in the NFL. They have every weapon on every single place. Like, they are so good. They're so good. And so when the Chiefs defense is obviously the most improved. Like, this is the best Chiefs defense has ever been. But if you have Kittle, Samuel, you got CMC, you got Ayuk, you got everybody. Even this Jennings kid, number 15, who's just a war daddy out there putting guys in the sideline. Like, they have so many people to go to and an offensive line. The only thing I edge the Lions on over the Niners is the offensive line, though, because they were blocking their
They were moving the line
today.
of scrimmage, bro.
I know.
Hey, when you say you got all them players, look at the performance those guys had. Brandon was the star of this game. Literally, let's be honest. And he's like the 5th person on the roster as the best player on the team. So when you have
exactly.
Yeah, I know. But when you have that many guys and you can shut them down, and then you got to leave it up to him. I mean, he had a good game. He came through. He made some catches to put them on top. But again, I think that's just going to be hard against Kansas City, because if they can shut you, they got enough DBs, young DBs, healthy DBs to go out there and play against all them great talent out there. So I'm just saying it's going to be tough for them dudes to do what they did on the Lions. I think the Lions they was talking too much and getting too excited and doing crazy stuff, and it got to them at the end of the day.
All right,
yeah, but hold on, Will, before you switch over. The Chiefs defense, their secondary is really good, but they're playing injured on the linebackers.
True.
You watch the 49ers offense, dude, the way they run the ball on the perimeter, the way they run Zap and Zorro and all that stuff, all the plays, the strong side, outside zone runs, and then the pin pull techniques with the tackles getting out, Trent Williams getting loose in the open field. It's going to be very difficult to not bring safeties down and then have that many elite weapons at wide receiver. It's going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a hell of a game. I'm excited.
The whole argument was who was better suited to fight the Chiefs, and I think the 49ers are the better team to fight the Chiefs. And let's not forget the George Kittle video, dude, mic'd up saying, I will be back here. I will be back here. And how fitting is it? It's against the team he lost to in the Super Bowl. Like, this is a revenge game for George Kittle.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's got to feel good, too, just knowing that when you watch the film tomorrow or within the next couple of days, you're going to be like, guys, we are yet to put together 4 good quarters of football in the playoffs. But now more than ever, they're going to have to, because you look at, like, when I was watching the AFC Championship game, and it's like that come to Jesus moment of like, God damn, from the kickoff, from the jump, from breaking the first huddle, when the Ravens broke the huddle on that first drive, I don't know, like they dispersed and I felt like the camera was locked in on Lamar. And there was just a weird part of me. It's like, man, I feel like they just didn't have that same killer instinct. I think they did all the way up to it, but the way that the Chiefs come out, like Mahomes, obviously, arguably, people put him in the GOAT conversation, but now it's like the Chiefs had that killer mentality. And I want to start with Taylor, because Taylor took a lot of heat earlier in the week. I enjoyed the comments. I thought they were ratioing him into oblivion, because he had a take about, hey, there's a formula to beat Lamar. It's make him run lateral. It's make him throw the ball. The blueprint that the Ravens used. And since there wasn't a whole lot of like people were coming after, oh, that was 4 years ago. It was this, it was that. Body bagging Taylor left and right. And for the boy Taylor to come out on top, what do you have to say for all the little chirpers out there that blew up your timeline, that now you get to come back and kind of stomp on their grave?
I feel guilty, Will. And that was an interesting way to set it up, because I was getting body bagged left, right, and center. I let the noise be the noise. I put it in the bulletin board. I legit, when I sat down to watch the Chiefs and Ravens game, I was legitimately nervous, because if the Ravens would have won that game, I would have looked like a big dumb idiot. And people have been like, see, 5 years ago, you don't fucking know. I want to apologize to the Flock Nation, or whatever you guys call yourself. I'm sorry. I know ball. I'm sorry that I understand the X's and O's of the game. I understand sitting there in a team meeting room and looking at how dynamic Lamar Jackson is, but knowing that every man, if you're going to beat that man, these are the ways to do it. It's not that difficult to see. Lamar is an elite talent, boys. And I want you to listen closely, because I know some Raven fans are in here just looking for a little bit of extra work. Lamar is an elite talent that is like above and beyond anything we've seen in a long time. How, if you make him throw the ball, you have a better shot at winning. He's been a way better quarterback this year. But listen, Lamar fucked it up a little bit. I mean, obviously Zay Flowers had a big fuck up getting hit into the end zone, having to be a touchback, but there were multiple third down opportunities, 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 8s, where he could hook it and ran, and he tried to force the ball in a small window. There are times his feet weren't set and he's slanging over guys' heads. It's just small, minute details. And that's why, just like we said, Dan Campbell's going to mess it up for the Lions, because he's going to get a little too aggressive. Those ugly habits come to creep themselves back. I love Lamar. I want to say that. I love Lamar Jackson. I do. But you Ravens fans talking all fucking nasty, getting all crazy, thinking this and that. It's like, boys, just put the tape on. Like, just instead of get off Twitter and have a little more fun watching the game and not just saying bullshit. I mean, just have a little fun.
What was disappointing, because Lamar's obviously he had an MVP year and he's like the best player in the league. But it was tough watching him just sit back in the pocket when he could have easily made some shots there on 3rd and medium, 3rd and short. And he's just patting the ball and almost like looking for a reason to be like, I have to make a play, versus guys aren't getting open, because you can see there'd be times where guys are hooked up right over the ball and he's just not putting it on them. So I was just disappointed, because, I mean, what'd they put up, 7 points total?
7 or 10, something like that.
They played flat in the first half. They couldn't gain any momentum. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and the fucking Chiefs, man. Once again, the Swifties. It's a massive win for Chiefs Nation. I thought the Ravens were going to smack the Chiefs. I put out a tweet. Everybody's stomping on my grave right now. Even Drew Tranquill, who's a potential all-white team candidate at linebacker. He's like, hey, what did he say? Like, take a hike, buddy. Or he said something to me.
He said something like that.
So we're all. I'm getting the bad end of it right now. Delanie,
yeah,
what was
chat, real quick. Just start thumbing questions in the chat, boys and girls, so we can start feeling some of those in a little bit. But yeah, go ahead, Delanie. What was your vibe on that game?
Why would I take my shirt off? First of all, I'm reading.
Take your shirt off, dude. Delanie, take your shirt off.
I saw is Taylor's Wi-Fi router a microwave?
Oh, is it my Wi-Fi? I keep seeing you guys break up.
A couple times you'd be talking and then you're like,
Oh, hell yeah.
Delaney
As long as his teeth are showing, it's all good.
Look, so my take on it, again, Patrick Mahomes against the spread is 8-1, man. I mean, that says it right there. It's tough to go against somebody who always, when their back is against the wall, they like a pit bull. They just fight their way out of it. And that's what Patrick Mahomes doing. But I'm going to start off by saying this. In the beginning of the game, what the Ravens was doing, trying to distract them, trying to fight, to me, that's a sign of weakness, that you're scared. You already been beat. You trying to fight in a football game. Before the game even start, you trying to fight? Who does that? It's like, you know the teacher right there, so you try to start a fight. You know, they're going to break it up. Like, that, to me, that's already showing that you're scared. And I think that the Chiefs saw that. They like, man, these dudes don't want to play. They went out there. They hit them boys in the mouth. Again, Lamar is a great player, but he, like you said, he was trying to find ways to make the big play instead of just getting the yards and getting the chains moving. He was trying to find ways because all they criticized him. This is going to make or break him. Make or break him. This man thought about that. I'm sure he had that on his mind this whole time when he was playing. Like, I have to be that star quarterback. I have to pass the ball. I have to make this. I have to make the reads. I got to put the ball down the field. And I think that's what he was trying to do. And that's just not his game. And then you going against Kansas City, and Travis showed up. I told you guys, when Patrick and Travis is on the same page, I don't give a damn if Taylor Swift at the game or not at the game. When they on the same page, that man is unstoppable. He changed the game. He is the reason why the Chiefs won this game today. The man played phenomenal.
There's a couple of points you brought up there, and we'll start with the last one you just made. We would be idiotic. Ravens fans, you'd be idiotic to think that the NFL is not going to let Taylor Swift be at the Super Bowl in a box. Now, I don't say that. There was one call in that game that I thought could have gone the Ravens' way, but the calls that were going against the Ravens, yes. The calls that were going against the Ravens, all the replays, everything was like clear cut. That was a problem. Like the hitting the quarterback on Clowney, obviously what was an issue. A couple of the PIs, obviously an issue.
There's a PI. You know, a lot of people are saying the refs got the game. It doesn't matter. It was already written.
I said the same thing about Taylor Swift being at the Super Bowl. Like that PI on Likely didn't call it in the end zone.
Yeah, and Nick Scroggins, he just brought up a good point too. Like, I don't know why they're not doubling Kelce. I don't know why they're sitting in that zone the whole time. Well, maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit, because that's nuts to me that he was that open that many times.
You're talking about when the Ravens were in zone a lot?
Yeah, they're in zone a lot, but why are they not taking Kelce out of the game?
Yeah, there were a few times, even in the second half, like to your point in the red zone, but even throughout midfield, like in third down, it's like if you're going to pressure Patrick, like you have to have two guys, like somebody coming out from the line of scrimmage where you're showing blitz, they're doubling on the inside of Travis Kelce, so then the safety or whoever's covering him can cover him one-on-one. But there was too many times where they're just in true man-to-man, or what you were just saying, like sitting in zone, to where I don't know why you just don't take away the stars. It's called like double the stars, where you double the best players. If you're worried about Pacheco coming out of the backfield, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, like doubling the stars and then making Mahomes open the rush of 4-man can get home.
Yeah, I found that to be weird too, that they didn't play Kelce the way they usually would. I don't know if they felt like the year that he had, he just wasn't going to be as dominant. I don't know what was going on. Like, oh, Kelce's having a down year. Them dudes thought they can cover him one-on-one. But, I mean, the dude just passed Jerry Rice in playoff receptions. Like, you got to be smarter than that. It's like anytime he gets into these type of game situations, he magnitudes into something better than whatever he was in the season. I don't know what it is. It's just like it clicks to him in the playoffs, and we see it. I think he has over 151 receptions in the playoffs. Like, that's crazy. People thought that would never, ever get broke. But again, the Chiefs go to the playoffs a lot. I mean, they went, 4 out of 6 times. And you see the man is – I mean, I don't get why they didn't cut. But again, if you're going to let them eat, let them eat.
Hey, but also like Patrick Mahomes, arguably the greatest of all time. Then you got Travis Kelce, like that dude.
Hold on, Will. Hold on.
I know. We can talk about. But what I wanted to give flowers to is, I mean, that's the Ravens were the number 1 defense in the league. The Chiefs were number 2. Like their team defensively shows up. Like they can show you that they can play man against the Ravens, who's got like read option stuff. Like that'll be a big thing for the 49ers when they play them in a couple weeks in Vegas. And also, bro, Chris Jones is such a savage. He just disrupts the game. Like even when you're trying to like GBOT, throw a little quick screen out there and he's getting his hands on balls and everything else. Like Chris Jones showed up in such a big way. Like I just don't know. I don't know how you beat the Chiefs in a couple weeks, man. I do not know how you beat them in the Super Bowl the way that they're showing up right now.
So a couple things. The only way the Chiefs lose is if you start betting on the Chiefs, Will. But there's no like you can't change now. Like you
Trust
just tell the public you're gonna go against the Chiefs and then secretly bet the Chiefs. That's the only way for you to win.
I might have to publicly ride the Chiefs.
Don't do that. Don't do that because then it's a coin flip.
Bro, I've lost pretty substantial units on the Ravens game. So much so that I didn't even touch the 49ers Lions game. Sincerely, like I was pretty beat up about it. But I might just have to go, I might just have to go all in on the Chiefs at the Super Bowl.
I got 49ers. I got 49ers, whatever the spread is. If they're underdogs, I got a money line there.
Hey, right now it's opened up. Let me check here.
Yeah, I got to see the spread.
Yeah, right now the spread has opened up. Niners are favored by 2.5 points. The total points in that game is 47.5. So initial line opening. Where are you guys? Where's your gut at right now? Obviously, this will change. Slips and picks will come out later in the week, or it'll probably come out next week. But where's your gut at right now? Line is opened up. Niners are favored by 2.5 points.
Delanie, pass.
Go ahead, Mule.
Oh man, I'm going. What's the over to?
The total points is 47.5.
I'm going Kansas City and the over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go 49ers. I'm going 49ers. This is a get back. This is 4 or 5 years ago, whenever that Super Bowl was. This is the way they get back at them. And that's my first thought. I got to dive. Your boys got to dive in the numbers. I got to dive into the numbers. There's something. Hey, this is going to be a crazy. Well, who you got?
Niners big. I'm talking big. They might cover this.
I'm going Chiefs money line. I'm going Chiefs money line.
They might cover the 47.5 by themselves. I got Niners big. This is the game they put all 4 quarters of fuck you ball together, and the Chiefs are going down.
Hey, a good point that Delanie brought up earlier, and it's a while back, so stick with me. But the whole fighting in the pregame thing is such a juvenile thing to do in the playoffs. If it's week 8, if it's week 9, if it's week 10, anywhere in the regular season, go ahead and shit talk and get after dudes and you know what I'm saying, get in people's faces. But bro, when it's the playoffs, everything fucking matters. It's literally, it's every snap, every minute, every single play is truly like live or die. And so you can't you got to just keep tunnel vision, talk a little shit on the side, give a couple, hey, good play, that type of thing. Yeah. But you don't need to go fight dudes before. Yeah, exactly. Hey, good job. Yeah. Got his ass. But that's a juvenile ball, man.
Well, hey, what'd you think about what's the kicker's name? Justin
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker. What'd you think about Justin Tucker pregame just being on the goal line with his little tee and everything around Mahomes and Kelce?
I mean, Justin is funny. What are you talking to?
Go ahead, Mule.
I think Justin is the character. He's a funny dude, but at the end of the day, I think Patrick and them was being serious, and he kept trying to joke around. And I think that just pissed Patrick off even more, to be honest with you. That's how I looked at it. I would have been pissed.
I mean, you see him. I think it was 2016, Delanie, when we were at the Pro Bowl. He was our kicker, and we did field goal. And while he's kicking, literally in his backswing of kicking, he's talking shit and he's having a good time. And there's a couple of Ravens dudes there as well. And I would just say to them, I was like, hey, is this always? It always like this? Bro, he does not stop talking. You could tell they were a little annoyed with it. So that just seems like his personality, which is great. I was a little taken back by Travis Kelce and how often he was getting in dudes' faces and all that. Because Travis obviously he's probably the GOAT now, right? He's probably the greatest tight end of all time.
You think?
Dog.
I know we can start having these conversations, but if you're drafting, who's the tight end that you're taking first overall? That they're all sitting right there on the bench.
Just to play football, or am I talking fantasy?
Football. We're talking no, not fantasy. We're talking football.
If I'm trying to put a full team together, and I don't know who my quarterback's going to be, I'm going to take George Kittle as the tight ends right now. I'm not going to go Gonzalez or anything, but the guys that are playing now, I'm taking Kittle over Kelce.
Over Gronk?
Well, that's what I'm
He
saying.
said
I'm
now.
sorry,
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are playing right now.
But with you saying Kelce being the GOAT, then I'm assuming
He
like
talking about everybody.
yeah, I'm just saying you're thinking he's the greatest of all time, like over guys like Gronk.
Tight end receiving threats. I think it's hard to argue that he's not. Now, overall, we're talking about
Agree on the
blocking,
receiving part.
which gets me into my point about him getting in dudes' faces the whole time, because we all know Travis. Like, I remember Mike Mularkey, we were playing them in the regular season. He pull up Travis in his first couple of years, like, this guy, he's not a fucking tough guy. Like, you
Yeah.
can run through this
Finesse
cat. Like,
guy.
yeah. Hey, you get a little dirty with this guy. I promise you, that he's going to shut down. Like that. Travis is an elite football player, but you can see it. Like, they had a play on the goal line where he kind of was the F and he motioned over and kind of bodied up to somebody. Like he's not a big contact guy, and that's not that we're not calling shots here. It's just the reality of the situation.
He's playing into his strengths.
My boy's got wiggle. My boy can get open. He doesn't need it. He can get cutesy.
Yeah,
But you better have a
running
running style tight end too that can run block, because you're not gonna put him at a point of attack. Like George, you can put him at the point of attack and know he can still run routes, but also have him on 60 power at the point. You just gotta know what you playing with and who's your backup. You get what I'm saying?
60 power. That's that early 2000s type of ball right there.
George has got some juice too. When he gets the ball in his hand, he gets going. Like I feel like he's always faster than you assume.
Because he's white. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm saying he just gets rolling. Tough tackle. Like they have so many dudes on that team. But a question I do want to ask, and Taylor, I'll start with you. Patrick Mahomes, is he now in the conversation? And is he going, if he wins this Super Bowl, does he start to edge out Tom Brady as the greatest player of all time, as the greatest quarterback of all time?
No. I don't think he edges out Tom Brady, but we now sit in the position where somebody's walked in the room with Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady is the GOAT of all GOATs. Like, he's got 7 of them boys. And it's like, hey, no one will ever beat that. Just like they said that about Jordan. Then all of a sudden, Tom Brady walked in the room. If Patrick Mahomes wins this game, he's walked into the room. And he's sizing up the room. He's looking at the square footage and seeing how he can press Tom a little bit. But we can't go and say, hey, he's the GOAT. Like, that's, to me, that's just nuts. Now, his body of work in the
everybody's starting to, you see Twitter now, everybody's starting to blow up. We're potential GOAT status here, because he doesn't have the entire, what's funny too is the entire regular season. It's like, yeah, the Chiefs are going to be a playoff team, but they're not going to go far. Like, I know I was saying that. I'm always saying stuff like that. But it's like them in the playoffs, like even this year, they're just like a different animal. But now people are saying like, hey, this is GOAT status based on the roster he basically is taking now to the Super Bowl.
That's what the conversation you get in with Tom. Nick Scrogens also said if Mahomes wins, he answers the chat. It's legit. Like the roster, if you put the 2 rosters on paper and you said who's going to win the Super Bowl, you're going to say what Will said. They're going to blow the Chiefs out of the water. Then you factor in Andy Reid. Then you factor in Patrick Mahomes. You factor in Taylor Swift. You factor in Travis Kelce. Like, it just seems like another year for the Chiefs, dude. And I, if I had to pick a winner, if I had to pick who I wanted to win the game, I want the 49ers to win the game. Where it sits right now, and I had to bet at this moment, I'd have to bet the Chiefs. I changed my mind.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right here. Records are meant to be broken. Records are meant to be broken. Somebody's gonna break Tom Brady record. Will it be Patrick Mahomes? Yes, he is on the ladder to breaking that record.
Okay, Delanie.
Hey, will it beat him? Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, no matter what, he can even beat him in Super Bowls. He faced him head to head in the Super Bowl on Tom's back end of the career in Tampa Bay. And who won that matchup?
Hey, look, I'm telling you, Tom is great. He like Peyton Manning. He elevates a team. He makes players stars. He gets them paid. I get that. I understand that. But Patrick is doing it with a team of 3. And what I mean by 3, Rice, Pacheco, and Travis, okay? That is it, with 3. He is taking a team we thought would even beat. We thought would get in the playoffs but get blown out. We really didn't think they would get this far. Let's be honest. We had with Tooney, he just dropped I ain't hurt. This dude started off the season dropping all type of passes. We like, yeah, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't got no receivers. You know what I'm saying?
Top defense in the league, though.
They do have the top defense in the league, and that helps. But when you have a quarterback like that with only 3 players, let's be honest, man, they only have 3 players on the offense that is even doing something on the Chiefs. That, to me, if they win the Super Bowl, that man is in the room with them. I'm not saying he's exceeding them, but he's in the room with them. And then Patrick still got what is this? His 6th year playing? Tom played for what, 40 years? Come on, man. Let Patrick play as long as Tom. He gonna blow that shit out the water.
We had somebody chime in. His name's JP. Rumors are swirling that the Chiefs won't even make the playoffs next season. I don't think. I think it's a little early to tell, but I think when you look at who's coming back, who's going to hit free agency, Chris Jones, it's not a reach to say that the Chiefs probably won't be there, especially with the Chargers hiring Harbaugh.
You said that, Will.
With the what's up,
Delanie? Just let this man cook right now. Hey, Will, you said that, didn't you?
with the Raiders hiring AP, I'm telling you, it's a loaded division. It's a loaded division. But do we have any final thoughts before we head off here? You check out Bustin' with the Boys coming up this Tuesday. Taylor, you got anything else?
Yeah, I do. I wanna call out somebody on the 49ers. I want to call out Chase Young.
Ooh.
Bit of a front runner's mentality in that game when things were not going well. I thought his effort was shit. I thought there was one specific run where Gibbs had a big run. It was to the, I think it was to the boundary, and Chase Young was on the backside. He starts going down the line like he should, but in a jog. Fast forward a little bit, he breaks a couple of tackles, and Chase Young is there, but because he took a little bit off the throttle, he could have saved a touchdown there. There were multiple plays like that, and then all of a sudden, when they start coming back, he's getting hyped up, making a couple TFLs. You see a guy like Nick Bosa, dude, who's going the entire time. Doesn't even celebrate when he gets a sack, literally in the Mamba mentality that everyone claimed Lamar was in. And so I just didn't like that. That's something you put up on the film, be like, hey, that's the shit that gets you beat.
I love the call out. I love the call out because you're right too. Even toward the end of the game, like when they're making stops, you see him just getting juiced and amped up. So you just speak into that jogging mentality when you could have saved the play. Like I respect that. I see.
Hey, I have one more call out too. Will Compton, you're doing a hell of a job of hosting this thing, brother.
Thank you.
You're kind of like
it's our first time doing this, man.
You kind of doing the K Adams thing right now. Like you're commenting on the comments and you're just letting the thing flow. I want to just give you some flowers. Chat, give Will some flowers in the chat.
Yeah, thank you. And somebody asked about what do I think about Ben Johnson potentially going to the Washington. I do think that is who they want to target. I think he's going to be a stud. Obviously, you see what he's done with Detroit. I think there would be like new youth, getting a young guy in there, an OC, an offensive-minded guy to go with that offense. It's a great day to be Washington. But Delanie, any final thoughts by you? And while Delanie's saying whatever he's going to say, anybody in the chat, if you want to offer up questions, I know Taylor, you've been also doing a good job of kind of checking in and reading these out. But Delanie, you got anything else before we step off here?
Again, like I said, if I want someone to win, I want the San Francisco 49ers definitely to win the game. But just the way Patrick Magic is, man, that's why I'm taking Kansas City. Today, I'm taking Kansas City. We'll see what happens on the show. But today, after what I've seen, I'm taking Kansas City. But I do want the 49ers to win because, hey, I'm a diehard. You feel me?
Hey, Brian Baker had a great question in the chat. He asked about Pacheco's run game coming along at the right time. That's what you need, dude. That kid, I don't know if you heard his story. He lost his brother and he lost his sister. I think one was to a stabbing or something like that. I don't want to kill a story, but the guy's just dealt with so much heartache. He runs like he's mad at something, and that's a big change for the Chiefs is they can lean on the run game a little bit more, and it's going to make them look a little bit better, hopefully in the Super Bowl for them. But yeah, Pacheco, I'm a fan of that kid, dude. You see his energy, you see his juice, the way he's ripping around and kind of just like playing his heart out as if every snap of his last. Like those are the kind of guys you want to be in the locker room with. He seems like one of those type of cats that you're like, oh, I fuck with this guy.
Mm-hmm. And thank God, too, that the Niners aren't playing against the Lions O-line again because Pacheco he runs the ball well. And that's like one of the weaknesses of the Niners defense is that running game because that's what would get them in trouble. And then Montgomery's running for 5-6 yards a pop. And with all their creativity on offense, like, Andy Reid's going to have something cooked up for him. But yeah, Pacheco, he's been a dog recently, man.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go from Kevin Yamasaki. Taylor, how do you keep that big D energy with such an average one? Asking for I should have read the question before. I literally just read it like it was a prompter. I should have maybe checked it out before I asked.
No, it's a great question. And it's an honest question. And it's a real question. Here's the deal. Everybody compensates in one way or another, dude. Some guys drive lifted trucks. Some guys wear extravagant clothing, nice shoes. Me personally, energy is the only thing I got because when your piece is below average, you've got to do what you can And when I was single, woo them in a certain way. You kind of get them over here with one of these, and all of a sudden you attack it right there. So that's the reason to have the BDE boys, even if you don't have one.
Right. It's kind of like when we get done, at nighttime with our wives, it's kind of like, hey, sweetheart, thanks for sticking with me through that.
Yeah.
Like, I gave them my all in there.
Yeah, my go-to line after is like, hey, did you enjoy yourself too? Like you're kind of asking securely, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
what
don't.
that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, you don't. Delaney, you seem like a selfish lover.
I am.
You know he is, bro.
Delaney's out there
mine.
getting him. He's never given a girl an O in his entire life, bro.
Nah,
You crazy.
No.
I keep him shaking after I'm
Yeah,
done.
you keep him shaking in pain. That's what you do. I've been in the locker room
If
with
you don't know that move, you ain't in that club.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know that move. What the fuck was that?
You know that move.
All
The
right.
beat it up dance.
I love it. Delaney helping out the white guys. I appreciate that, dude. That's big. We
Hey,
need that.
so are you boys good to go? Close it out?
Solid, boys. Great job. Chat, appreciate you so much, chat. Then those of you that gave out some coin also, there was one CMC later. Once again, commented, don't give these guys money. They're millionaires. Like, hey, listen, it doesn't matter what the bank account looks like. Just let's enjoy ourselves. We appreciate the 10. We appreciate the 20. You guys, thanks for sticking with us.
Yes, everybody. Thank you for chiming in, leaving comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. The boys this week, Bust with the Boys will drop on Tuesdays. Slips and picks. Is that going to be the week of the Super Bowl?
It'll be a week of the Super Bowl. We're going to shoot that Thursday.
Okay, and then the boys will also be out in Vegas. So if anybody who's thought about taking a trip out there, Delaney, you'll be out there with us, yeah?
Indeed,
We'll be
indeed.
doing a meet and greet somewhere. You can find all of our details on @BussinWTB on all social media platforms. Follow the boys. Biggest of hugs, tiniest of kisses. Sleep tight. We will see you on Tuesday.
See you, boys.
Eee.